Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Domingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
All right, you guys, podcast time. We got the equipment and the perfect business plan. Give our show away for free and tell no one how to find it. Ready? I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
Yes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another riveting episode of the Boomer Bunker, the podcast that tackles the tough topics, shares some laughs, and dive headfirst into the sea of controversy with no life jackets in sight. I'm thrilled to introduce your hosts, the dynamic duo who bring wisdom, wit, and a whole lot of candor. First up, she's the voice of reason with a dash of sass.
Not tonight.
Always ready to call it like she sees it. The Duchess. And joining her, he's the no-nonsense sidekick, armed with bold opinions and a bald head that's ready to shine. John Domingo. Together, they'll navigate the latest headlines, dive into deep debates, and maybe even share a pea bucket anecdote or two. So buckle up and get ready for a conversation that's as lively as it is enlightening. Without further ado, here are Duchess and Domingo.
Well, how we doing? Welcome back, Duchess. I am so glad you're... listen, next time you take off, no more guest hosts.
Oh, no. What would you do? I may have a vacation in mind coming up.
Well, we're not going to do the show. That's what was going to happen.
Oh, no.
All right. So I have to I'm going to break the fourth wall.
Okay.
The Duchess has been drinking.
I have.
She's already had 2 glasses of wine. She's on her third.
This is number 3, yeah.
So look at the size of those glasses. So
no,
this
it's only that much at the bottom.
Oh, now.
Now that's
that
true.
much at the bottom.
I've been here
right.
about 20 minutes, so yeah.
Holy cow.
Yes. Well, I'm celebrating.
Okay, so what are you celebrating?
So at my office, there's been a lot of things changing around and upgrades and downgrades and things like that. And I was offered a new position with a little bit more money, and I accepted. So I'm celebrating. Nice. Yay me.
Jeez, just no one finds out about this podcast because I would hate for that to go away.
Dean, no more Edward.
All right, so here's the problem with Edward. Because Edward is a very, very, very talented guy. I know this, all right? I listen to his podcast. He's a talented guy. The issue with Edward is that when he gets in here, he tightens up. I don't think he likes to do live.
He's
and some people
tight.
don't. Some people, yeah. Some people, their balloon knot puckers up where you couldn't pound a pin up their ass with a 5-pound sledgehammer. I get it. I get it. All right. So he came on here and he said, if you go and listen to his show, Am I Canceled, this past one, they talk about what happened and they, he'd actually done it before he came on the show. So he kind of says like, I don't know what's going to happen. So he was already nervous, which is, we're just here to have some fun. That's all. That's all I had to say. Hello, everybody's coming in. Wow. Welcome.
It's so much fun. So thank you everybody for the congratulations. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, congratulations. That's good stuff.
And I am still in charge of the comments.
I can't see any comments.
As long as I can click on them, I'm good.
Look, I'm producing today.
I'm gonna do my best.
We're using StreamYard for the second time. I think I have everything set up, but who knows? So we'll see what happens.
Well, between you figuring StreamYard out and me having a few drinks, it'll be a great episode no matter what.
We'll see, because let's get into our very first topic of the
Yes.
day.
Thank you.
I saw a tweet which I decided to respond to. Didn't realize it was going to cause an uproar.
Yes, you did. Mm-hmm.
So here it is. Jessica M on Twitter said, "Women deal with periods, pregnancy, and menopause. What do men deal with?"
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote back, "We deal with women who have periods, pregnancy, and menopause. Believe me, it's no picnic." Okay.
Wow.
So
Okay.
with that,
How many daughters do you have? Just let's
I have
start
4
with that.
daughters. So
You have
I
4
know,
daughters. Okay.
right, and an ex-wife and a girlfriend. Know all
Several
about
Yeah, you have a girlfriend,
Not
and as well as
several, I
current
have-
girlfriends, and
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So then you type in, "Oh, please, poor you guys,"
Yeah, I did.
which Teresa from Shitty Song of the Week came
Mhm.
back
She
and said,
did.
"Oh, you mean the hormonal influxes / changes that we have zero control over, that most sensible women understand that it does terrible things to our brains and legitimately can stop because it happens when it wants to. Sorry, I guess."
She's not
And I'm like,
wrong. She's not
yeah.
wrong.
So in other words, I'm right.
No,
I'm right. What we have
it's
to
apples and
deal
oranges.
with is you. I've said it several times. Women get PMS. Men suffer from it.
Oh my God, yeah. Like you guys are just ruined. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying.
I find that hard to believe that every man has the worst experience ever thanks to shitty women. So
No one
that's
said
just-
worst experience. Again, see, this is
Well,
what
but you
women
make it
do.
the way you write that. Okay, you're like,
Mhm.
we have to deal with women who
Yes.
deal with that.
Yes.
Well, you do, because that's called being a partner. And
Right.
and if we are uncomfortable, we try to soldier on and do what we need to do. But sometimes we need help.
No,
need
sometimes
to
you
lean
need a punching bag. And what you do is you find your man and you say, "Okay,
I don't.
he can be a punching bag.
I
You
don't.
know, we could." You know something? I don't. You know what? Okay, fine. You're the only woman that doesn't.
I think
Okay.
there's other women that can get by. I think there are some women who use PMS as an excuse. Yes, I'll say that. But I
Well-
also think there's women that just, you got to fucking deal with it. It is what it is. You got to move on.
I dated a woman one time. On the 14th day of her cycle,
Right.
you couldn't get near her. You just couldn't get near her.
Should have thrown some chocolate and a glass of wine at her and just moved
I
on.
never thought of that. Aaron says, "Just tell her to calm down." That always helps.
That's a winning move right there, Aaron.
There it is. You just better be wearing some kind of protective gear when you do it. So again, this is what I'm saying, that women have to own up to their foibles. It's not always men's fault. See what the women are trying to, okay, there's one thing you can do. You can either try to get yourself up to a level that a man is, or you can try to drag men down to your level.
So explain, why are we not on the same level?
Well, you can't be, because men and women are different, and the thing is, we're
what
like
makes you think we're going up to your level? What makes you
puzzle
think?
pieces.
Why are we not dropping down to yours?
no. We are the men. See, we have the mask. The
Yeah, well, you make
masculinity.
the prototype before you perfect the original. I get that. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
God
So
made
you
man
were first. So
Right.
you're the prototype, but we're the
Right.
best. We're the
No.
actual best version.
He made
Yeah.
God
corrected
made
it.
woman. Hang on, God made woman from a rib of a man, a cheaper cut.
Well, you are cheap for sure.
Not
Yeah.
us. You were made from the cheaper cut. We were the original. You're not.
You can think that all you like. If that if that helps you sleep at night.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyhow, then we had Bruce come in. And
Mhm.
I'm going to try to read this because I'm not 100% sure. He says, men attend women for 2 reasons, sex and love. But in most cases, men do not marry for sex or love. Good thing, because you don't get much of either. They marry for stability. A man can love you, not marry you. A man can have sex with you for years without marrying you. But immediately he finds someone who will bring stability to his life. He marries her. Men are visionaries when they think about marriage. They do not think about wedding dresses, bridesmaids. Anything a woman thinks is, what's that word? Fanciful? Listen, Bruce, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're going to write something that I'm going to put up on this show, you got to dumb it down a little bit. I can't read these.
It's fanciful.
Fanciful.
Think fancy and then fanciful. Okay.
Anything a woman thinks is fanciful. They think that this woman can build a home. Women are tender. They have the capacity to receive and reproduce. You give her groceries, she prepares a meal. You give her money, she needs more. You give her money, she gives you peace. You give her sperm, she gives you a child. You give her discomfort, she becomes your worst nightmare. Yes. And men know it. Mm-hmm. This is why men can stay with a woman for years and meet another in a month and then get married. The stability is what they want. Sex, I can't read this thing. I can't read the bottom of it because
you're so close. I mean, really.
Sex is pleasure. Love is something. I don't know. Let's see if there's something.
You zoomed by it so quick. I'm still like, what? Okay. All right. Well, the chat's exploding with comments to each other, but whatever.
Can we see some of these comments?
I've been putting them up really the entire time you've been talking, but that's
I understand that, but I was reading, and I can't do two things at one time.
I know you can't. Mike Pellerito says copies are not as good as the original. Michael Keaton in Multiplicity. I rest my case.
Exactly.
Happy birthday to producer Pellerito.
Hey, yeah, happy birthday, Mike. That's right. Remember, like the fourth copy of the guy in what was his name? I know his name was
Soft thinks we're gonna get it on.
Soft.
Well, he says he's just having fun.
Soft fails again.
All right.
Nice to see you, Soft. I'm glad you're here.
Michael Keaton in the movie.
Yes.
I guess his character name was Steve. The fourth copy, like the copy of the copy of the copy, was a retard.
Yeah, well, it's meant,
like,
so of course.
Steve, she touched my Pepe. But Steve.
But that's where you guys are. It just boils down to eventually it's just your wiener. So,
well, women are trying to demasculate us, and then some men are helping them.
Okay.
It touched my Pepe, Steve. See, exactly. It's one of my favorite movies.
The comments are going so quick. I'm really trying to grab them. You guys are giving me a tough time tonight.
Well, now, here's the thing. Do you have the thing that we brought up that you're going to read, the next topic that we have?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, my God. Well, you didn't want me to look at it, so I didn't look at it. I didn't pull it up.
Okay.
Oh,
that
my
is
goodness.
True. That's true. I said that I want you to read it because there's some terminology in here that I would like to see. And I didn't realize you're going to be 2 glasses of wine deep.
I didn't plan on that.
I figured that. Should I read this or do you want
I can read it if you all want to tolerate that.
Let's enjoy.
Okay. So it's regarding men's cuddle groups. Yeah. So for a few years now, half a dozen men from different sexual orientations have gathered in a Plymouth meeting in Pennsylvania twice a month to attend group support meetings that help them address and work through their traumas. Unlike other popular men's support groups, the support method chosen by this particular group of men is cuddling.
Sorry. No. That's again, they're trying to make
sexy.
Men cuddling this has got to be a gay thing. They're trying to make this like it's normal. Listen, I get it. Women can be that way. I don't know why. Women with their girlfriends, they can hug and they can sit on the couch and sit with each other and do that other stuff. That's great. And Edward, I want to be on with Rave. Edward's in the chat now. Edward, invite me on and please have Raven on too, please. I need that to happen.
We're going to change this up. I would like to chat with Raven, so let me know, Edward.
Have us both on.
It would be fun.
I would be fun. Or have me on and then have her on. I don't care. Whatever you do. It's your podcast. But I need to be on with Raven after
Team
that
Raven.
last episode.
Absolutely.
I need to win. I need to win her approval. It means a lot to me.
Good luck with
Also,
that.
I'm glad to see you, Edward. You haven't been in our chat, and I thought you were tied up to the bed and they were having their way with you. I think Edward might become part of a throuple.
Oh, Luis said he would cuddle with you and Bob.
That's great, Luis. If that was my thing, it's not. But that would make nothing would make me happier if that was my thing.
He says full cuddle, no homo.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as no cuddle, no homo. Okay.
Would you like me to continue?
Please continue.
Okay. So, men's therapeutic cuddle group members vouch for the cuddling method, saying it has helped them shed down their walls and confront everything holding them back, from childhood abuse to a family loss. A men's cuddling group is a type of support group where men have learned to embrace physical touch through cuddling as part of a support process and healing journey.
Okay, faggot.
Scott Turner, a founder of a cuddling group, aims to dispel the common belief that showing emotions or vulnerability as a man is a sign of weakness. Through cuddling. Through cuddling, men can be vulnerable around other men and learn to allow others into their personal space without making them any less of a man. Scott believes that men require an emotional vocabulary to be able to be emotionally sensitive to the needs of others.
Hello, faggot lovers everywhere.
All right.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, but I don't think Daddy likes it tight.
He
Not that
does.
tight. I'm just saying. I just can't see this. It skeeves me. Am I wrong in saying this? Listen, I understand the need to cuddle. I agree with the need to cuddle, not with men. If men are going to cuddle, we need to cuddle with women. This is what I think we should do.
Oh, no, it doesn't stop at cuddle. No.
Okay.
No, you'd
If
be
you're
like,
gonna
let's just cuddle. No.
Right. Okay. All right. Read the next paragraph. Let's figure out what happens at these cuddle sessions.
Okay. At the beginning of the cuddling session, members are required to agree not to engage in any sexual touch. Members are also required to ask for consent from their cuddling partner before every action. Members then gather in a huddle and breathe meditatively.
How do you breathe meditatively?
I guess
How does
like,
that happen? Breathe in, breathe.
Deep breath in. And
Ugh.
out.
I can't.
I can't with you.
Skin's crawling at the thought of this.
The
And look,
cuddling. Well.
Look, if there's a bunch of men that want to do this, that's fine. It's a gay act, but it's fine. It's okay. If that's your gig, then do it. Mudfucker says you're allowed to choke each other. If you ask permission and the other guy says yes, you can choke the shit out of him.
All right. The cuddling process starts with men pairing up for what is referred to as the motorcycle hold. This is a type of hold where one man sits and leans his back against the chest of a cuddling partner, which looks like taking a motorcycle ride together.
You don't want to rub another man's mushroom?
No, I do not. Go ahead.
Bruce is not
Hey.
scissoring with you.
Yes, Bruce. I understand. Men,
Oh, Louise.
no sexual touching, but can you spit in someone's mouth? If you ask and they say, go ahead, that's fine.
Well, then
What about a
whatever.
donkey punch? What's a donkey punch? I don't know what a
Isn't
donkey.
that the punch in the back of the head?
I thought that was a punch in the back of the
I
head.
think that's what
That's
that
a
is.
rabbit punch. A rabbit punch is in a punch in the back of the head. Like if you wound a rabbit, or if you're going to eat a rabbit, you grab it and you hold it by its hind legs and you just poof behind the head, and that's it. They're done.
Oh,
The description sounds like an urban. Yeah,
It
I
does.
want to bring up. Can I bring up Urban Dictionary? All right,
well,
keep-
while you
reading.
look, let me finish this. Okay, let me get to the end. It says members can massage their partner's shoulders or hands with consent and even stroke the other person's beard. After a 15-minute session, the members are required to switch to a new partner. This marks the first half of the cuddling session. For the second half of the session, the men cuddle as one large group in what is referred to as a puppy pile. Sorry. In this pile, men lay with their heads in one another's lap, chatting and joking. Oh my goodness.
And so this is what I'm talking about. They're trying to take, you're not cuddling with me, Mike. Forget it. No way. I'm not cuddling with another man. I mean, not even family members. Like, I mean, you could like a cousin or something, or, listen, when you're a man, you come in for a hug, shoulder to shoulder, 3 pats on the back, and you're out of there. Anything else
No motorcycle hug.
is faggotry.
Mike
in
wants
my
to be the
humble
big spoon. He'll cuddle you.
If anybody's the big spoon, I'm the big spoon. How dare you?
Mike, you'll have to be the little spoon.
Okay, here's what a donkey punch is.
Oh, no.
It's a sleazy sex move in which, while the guy is taking the girl anally,
Oh, my God.
he punches her in the back of the head, making her ass or vagina contract. So, if you're punching somebody in the fart box, if you punch them in the back of the head, their sphincter tightens up on your member, on your male member.
Oh, Mike says he'd feel very safe in your big hairy arms.
Of course you would. Everybody feels safe in my big hairy arms. Why wouldn't you? Duchess, am I a good hugger?
You are a good hugger.
See,
yes.
I'm a good hugger.
Mm-hmm.
You would be, something? You would always remember a Jamingo hug. That might be the title of this, Jamingo hug.
You'll always remember a Jamingo hug.
You'll always remember a Jamingo hug.
You better write that down because I'm not remembering anything. Oh, here we go. Bring back rubberneckers, make podcasts great again.
I heard that. We were thinking about doing that. I've asked,
That's
Jody
Piccolo.
and I've asked Edward to bring rubberneckers back once a month.
There you go.
Yeah, Mike says I would be engulfed like memory foam. Yeah, I got to get in there and give you a big old bear hug. The best way to orgasm. Who's been drinking?
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Go ahead. Mhm.
I'm sorry.
The best way to orgasm is
fat
through a
lazy tongue.
TBI. Oh my God.
What's TBI?
Traumatic brain injury.
No.
That's
Can't
what
be.
that's what he means. A traumatic brain injury.
Oh. Is that what it is? Okay. Oh, from the back of the head. I get it. Well, hold on. See, Lisa
says
on
you get
board.
good hugs.
I give good hugs.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
And Mike says he'd be engulfed like memory foam,
That's right.
and that you are just part of John now.
No.
See, Mike took it a little weird. You took it to 11.
You always go too far.
You went
I
a
don't
little
like
too
it.
far, Mike.
This is what I'm talking about. Back in the day,
That's what I'm talking about over here.
Here's what I'm talking about. The thing is, back in the day, when you had issues and you wanted to talk to your buddies about it, you went to the bar, you had a few drinks.
You hugged it out.
There was no hugging. You just went in there and you just had a few drinks and you talked it out. You didn't have to. There was no hugging and touching and motorcycle position and puppy pile. You never went to a bar after. It's not. You're not at a bar one day sitting there having shots of beers and five of you. Your buddies are there. The next thing you know,
sit on the floor and cuddle.
Yeah, you end up with a puppy pile on top of the pool table. That's not happening.
I don't know why I thought that should sound like Jimmy.
Although puppy pile. Hold on, let me write that down. Puppy pile might be a good one.
Oh my.
Puppy pile. There we go.
Well, see, Mike says I hug my friends if I haven't seen them in a while. I do as well, but I don't think I motorcycle hug them.
No.
That's a little creepy.
Could
Nor
you
does
imagine-
someone motorcycle hug me. That's a little
so
creepy.
could you imagine, like the 30th of December, you're coming here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you come
Way
here.
to tell everybody, but yeah.
Well, okay, so you're supposed to,
Right.
come here, and we're going to do the show together here, which is nice. It's nice to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come down the steps and I come up behind you and give you a motorcycle position hug, you'd be like, "Get off me! What the hell's wrong with you?" And that's not even a good hug.
Yeah, no,
Although
it's
it
not.
could be. I don't know. Motorcycle position.
Well, it depends on who's hugging and how
That's true.
how that works out. But
Okay, I get that.
the Jimmy does not get to do that.
Jimmy can't give. All
no,
right.
no
on.
motorcycle.
This is interesting. Who could motorcycle hug the
No,
Duchess?
it's not.
No, I have to ask this question.
No.
All right, so the Jimmy can't give you a motorcycle hug. What about Deuce? Would Deuce be able to give you a
I
motorcycle
don't know.
hug?
Well, no, he's married. That would be
Okay.
weird,
All right.
right? Wouldn't that be weird?
All right. Can I give you a motorcycle hug?
That'd be weird. It'd still be weird. I don't.
Okay, so no
I
one
like
can-
hugging people
sound like
face to
somebody-
face. I'm more comfortable with it.
I understand that, but you made it sound like there was a possibility if there was, how well you knew somebody. Bruce wants a motorcycle hug, Duchess. Of course. I get it. It's
Oh my.
you can kind of okay, you know what? I'm just saying this, and this proves my point how this is a gay thing. That a motorcycle hug is something you give somebody, you give your girlfriend or your man a motorcycle hug. You don't give a motorcycle hug to a stranger.
I
Or
don't walk up behind
you-
my girlfriend and motorcycle
Right.
hug her.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Motorcycle
not.
hug.
That's creepy.
Right.
That's a very intimate hug.
Don't
I
tell
think.
everybody Duchess is playing now because I have to wear a bulletproof vest.
Sparky.
One day I'll have to clean up this mess down here and then invite like Budvugger and Sparky Toaster.
Lisa says, "Don't tell her secrets."
There you go. Would you ever give Lisa a motorcycle hug?
No,
See?
I love her, but
Again.
no.
Right. It's a different thing. It's more sensual than a regular hug.
I would think so. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Bob Vugger says, "Are you inviting him to cuddle?"
Not to cuddle, just to come along.
Just to visit. To visit.
Yeah, visit. I'll buy
To
some
visit.
pizza.
Yeah.
No cuddling. Unless you want to cuddle with Kate. I don't know.
No, thrown out there as bait. To
I'm not
cuddle with.
cuddling with you. This is what they should do. One or two things, this cuddle thing. You get the guys together, and then you have women there to cuddle with. Like, in other words, if you want to have a puppy pile,
It's
if
never
there's
going to
four
stop at a
times,
cuddle.
there's going to be, it can't stop at a cuddle. You can buy,
I know you can.
you can pay for women to come to your house and cuddle you.
They're
And
called
there's no
hookers. Yeah.
Okay?
They're called hookers.
No, that's different. That's a cuddle with a
They'll
happy
cuddle
ending.
you too. Well,
Yes, not really.
No.
They're the, you know what? Hookers and escorts and stuff, they're in there to get in and get out. There's no cuddling. They, they just want to get done and get out of there.
well, if you're paying them for the hour,
You don't pay a hooker. You pay them to leave and be quiet. You don't have to pay a hooker for. Pay them to. So what I'm saying is that you could do that, or you could get one of those like sexual sex dolls that they have.
oh, you're back to those damn sex dolls.
Well, I'm just
Love
saying,
those things.
It would be better to cuddle a female sex doll than it would be another man.
But they're not breathing. They're not like living. It's just like a cold rubber doll. Like, how is that like, how would that make you feel? Like, I can't get a hug from a human, so I'll just grab this doll on a hook and then just throw it in the
I'm just
bed and lay
saying.
against it. Like,
I don't know. They have these pillows now that you can get. They're like body pillows, and when you go to bed, you hold on to it, you hug it. Right? Isn't that the same kind of thing in a way?
no, because it's not a hug. It's you're hugging
You're
something.
hugging it. Right.
Yeah. But if
It's
you
not
want a
hugging you back.
response, yeah. If you want a
Oh.
response.
I get it.
No, it's okay.
All right. Do you want to pick up? Do you even remember where you could pick up where we left off at? I don't know about this.
I finished the article.
Oh, you didn't? Did you
I-
say the members can massage their partner's shoulders and hands with consent and
I
even
did.
stroke the other person's
I
beard?
literally I
did
did
say that?
say that. I
Okay,
did
I'm
say
sorry.
that. And I
Oh, that's
finished
right,
with the
you-
puppy pile.
You did get the puppy pile.
I did. Thank you. I may be drinking, but I remember that.
Okay. All right, I got it. All right. Well, Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks always brings up this one guy. His name is Will Blunderfield.
Yes.
And if this guy isn't gay, I don't know my business. But he says he's not gay.
Oh, they never are.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. You want to see some cock? Go over to Will Blunderfield's
No.
Twitter.
Oh my God.
and go over there and check out his Twitter. There's more. I swear to God, there's more swinging cocks over there than I've ever seen in my time. It's like woof, every one picture worse than the other. He's standing there with his legs all akimbo. You're seeing his twigs and berries and shit.
Oh, ew. Okay.
Let me have you know who Will Blunderfield is?
No.
Well, let me introduce you.
This is called penis reflexology.
This is a diagram in terms of penis reflexology. It's a little bit blurry. So basically we massage each other's heart meridians to help release self-hatred while cuddling and watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it was just so beautiful. And this is what my Celtic ancestors did. They would also suck each other's nipples. And
this is gay.
What is happening?
This is gay. Right? He's a Canadian.
Oh, well, that explains everything.
beds before battle.
Different.
If you do some more digging, Spartans were actually doing same-sex erotic bonding.
No, they're not.
Oh,
oh, I forgot the beginning. This is how
my God.
This is how it starts.
Lingam means...
I'll tell you.
What is it with you guys? I mean, seriously.
Listen, you guys. There's no way I would go out in the woods and get naked and jump up and down and shake my twigs and berries, my beans and franks with somebody else, some other guy. You know, he's in his Twitter thing, and the next thing you know, he's got a hold of some guy's pecker. The other guy's got a hold of his pecker. It's like they're in a tug of war over there. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Don't sit there. You know what? Don't piss in my ear and tell me it's raining. This is gayness. It is.
All righty. There you go. Lisa says, well, at least we see some blurred out man parts. It's normally big fucking tits.
Fucking tits. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Okay. Well.
You've had enough of that. Nothing like docking in the woods. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Tug of war.
It's a tug of war.
I think I need another drink.
Yeah, they treat each other like pool toys. They're just like yanking each other around. As soon as I saw her bring that glass up their mouth, I said, I know what I'm doing.
That's disgusting. Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking of disgusting, how old, like, can we have a discussion with some of these artists that were big in the 70s and 80s,
yes.
maybe even the 90s? You figure it's 2024. Okay. If you were hot in the 90s, that's 30 years ago.
It's been a while. So
all right.
Some folks can hang on to it, and some
now,
folks not so much.
I went to see Iggy Pop in 1984, 85 at the
he was 100 years old then, right?
No, 84. All right. So in 85, what was it? The TLA. What does that stand for? TLA, whatever it is. It was called the TLA. It's on South Street. And it's a small theater. And Iggy Pop was playing there. All right. And he ran around without his shirt off and his long hair and he's spraying everything.
As he does. Yeah.
As he does. Right. Oh, he's still doing it in 2024. And the motherfucker looks like E.T.
He looks like he has scoliosis and a giant belly. And for a skinny guy with a weird belly. I mean, good for him. Like, rock on yourself. But
what are you kidding me? Look at this guy.
He's a little. It's a little much. He kind of look. Yeah, it's not his best.
It's not good.
It's not. I can't critique. I can't take my shirt off and run around on the stage either.
It looks like he should be.
I know I shouldn't do it. Yeah.
And somebody should be giving him a bowl of porridge. He's got that distended belly, like
you know what? He looks like he has a hernia. Like it's bulging out. Like something's wrong.
Horrible. Like people. Come on, somebody's like his tour manager say, "Listen, Iggy, I get it.
Put a fucking shirt on.
He
should wear a tank top. Yeah.
Yes. If
he's all skinny, and then just that one chunk of his belly. Like I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. It looks like a hernia. Like
he doesn't look
sticking out.
It doesn't look like we're going to have Iggy in this dimension for very much longer. To be quite honest with you,
Budbugger says he needs to take a shit.
Shit.
Well,
I get it. He needs to take a shit. Are you saying he's bloated?
It's all distended. I've seen starving kids and African kids more nourished.
I've seen starving Africa kids look more nourished.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Your business on the top, party on the neck down from Josh.
Right. Good God.
He looks like the entity from Smile. I haven't seen Smile, but I can only imagine. That's
Oof.
not good. That's
right.
not good. And Mike says he looks like E.T. He does.
He does look like E.T. I said he
It's
looks like
like
E.T.
weirdly, it's a weird shape. It's like a barrel chest, but with the belly. It's a weird look. It's not.
You know what it is? It's a very alcoholic look.
Yeah.
It's an alcoholic drug abuse.
It's not awesome.
He's treated his body like a dumping ground, to be quite honest with you.
Sure of it.
And I say that to say this. You know who else needs a stylist, to be quite honest with you?
Sure.
Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, poor Cindy.
Cyndi Lauper.
It's the Goonies theme.
Is that what that is?
It sounds like the opening to Goonies, which is the best fucking movie ever. Love it.
I've never seen the Goonies.
Oh my God. How could you have not seen the Goonies?
Well,
you're older.
He's wearing a space diaper.
Yeah, her stage. She's on tour now, and she's in a
I noticed they
weird
got
costume.
all faraway shots. Like they're showing this is the hot, if there ever was a hot Cyndi Lauper. Like this isn't the Cyndi Lauper. Like hold on, here we
it's
go.
not 1980s Cyndi Lauper.
No, it's not.
Or 90s.
We Are the World Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not. But I'm just saying, she's Iggy Pop is 77. He can't die young at this point. He's made it. Yeah. There you go.
But Cindy's got like
it looks like she's wearing a diaper. I'm not lying.
The way her pants look, it's not her best look. Yeah, it's a little. They look a little weird around her butt. Poor thing. And I love Cyndi Lauper. I think she's amazingly talented.
I think she's I love her like her songs.
It's not her best look.
True colors. That's what I'm saying.
I still love Goonies. I'm sorry.
I love it. She sings like with that Brooklyn accent, that New York.
She does.
Brooklyn.
She's totally, yeah.
All right. So now we get to go to Shania Twain. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest. When Shania Twain came out, when she hit it big,
stunning.
I was I'm
sure you were.
I loved her. They had on VH1, they had the behind the music, and she told her story, how she came from nothing in Canada and she started singing, and she was a smoke show.
Smoking. She's beautiful. She's stunningly beautiful.
And then she hooked up with this record producer, Mutt Lange.
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay.
Like a piece of turd.
And
so gross looking.
And I mean, you want to talk about out kicking your coverage. Mutt Lange looked like a mutt, but he was like this really good record producer. And he basically made her, like she didn't have any really good singles until Budweiser says, I ruined many socks to Shania Twain. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, gross. I know way too much about you now.
Yes. So then what happens? Like if you had a hot wife like Shania Twain, would you fuck around on her? Would you he cheated on her with her best friend.
I don't know how you cheat on Shania Twain.
Was married. Yeah. Her best friend was married. So Mutt starts cheating on her. So what does Shania do? She starts
banging the husband.
The husband of the
they
best
literally
friend.
flip-flop partners.
Yeah.
It was
it's like an episode of Steel Toe, but they didn't kick out the guy.
Except nobody got arrested, right?
Well, they didn't kick one guy out, just kept, so anyhow. So Shania is on tour right now, and this is how she looks. All right, so she's got a white flowy thing on, but she's in like a bikini.
Well, okay, so she's got this it looks like a long overcoat, like a trench coat looking thing.
Oh, let me get it back here.
And the undergarments, she's obviously, we're trying to compete with Beyonce and Nicki Minaj and all of the younger artists, which I get. She's trying to stay relevant. But Shania Twain doesn't have to try that hard because she's fucking beautiful, right? Although I'm not sure what she's done to her face, because her face is different.
It's different. She's had some work done.
Yeah, and she's wearing this weird bikini thing. It's like it's a two-piece, but it's hooked together with weird little straps in the middle, and then some kind of body. It's like a bodysuit. It's like a weird thing. But the front looks like a big goddamn piece of Depends or something. It's
Yeah, it
not
looks
her.
like it's very
That
thick
look
hair.
isn't great. She's fucking beautiful. She shouldn't have to dress like this. Like you
Right.
don't need to garner that attention because you're fucking stunning. And is her singing that great? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because it's Shania Twain. You know what I mean?
They
Like
say that
nobody's
she's
mad. Nobody's kicking her
lip-syncing.
out.
Right. They say she's lip syncing, kind of like Frankie Valli. You ever see Frankie Valli just sit there with a microphone and the music's playing? He's not even moving
He's
his
like
mouth.
holding it to his ear or something. Yeah,
He's like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there and the music's playing in the background.
Here you go. Sparky says she just needs to stick to wearing her leopard
Yes.
skin style clothing.
Yeah. If she put the leopard skin on with that body, and she's 60 now.
She's
60.
she's 59, 60 years old. She looks
Right.
fucking fabulous. Like I'm not dissing on her look. That the clothing the outfit choice is not the best in my opinion. I don't look like that. I wish I did. I wish I looked that bad on a good day. So, but
Right.
like, yeah, Mike says, "Oh darn, Shania Twain's in her underpants." Nobody's mad. Again, nobody's kicking her out of bed. But if I
Right.
had to say, like, that's not out of all her looks, not her best. And she
Listen.
doesn't have to try that hard because she's
No.
fucking beautiful. Like,
Shit.
stop.
You know who else needs a stylist and needs to stop with the skimpy outfits? Madonna.
Oh.
Madonna has a dumpy ass, and it's not good.
I don't think she's dumpy. I mean, she's very athletic still. Like she
Okay.
still gets out and can put on a full show. I mean, is she moving like Beyonce? Like she doesn't move like Jennifer Lopez, but who is 55, I think 54, 55, looks fantastic. Is she talented? Meh, who knows? She's crazy, but I think Madonna's also a bit older than her. But you know, I want to cheer for Madonna. I really do. And then like I see some of the things, I'm like, girl, why are you wearing that? Like, but also like, you do you, girl. Like whatever. I can't look like that, so whatever. I don't want to be shady on her because she has better costume choices, I would think. But
So what you're saying, Duchess, is
You do you, boo.
that
you
what
do
you're
you,
saying?
boo. That's exactly it. You do. Yeah, I bet.
Okay. Just checking. See, I think it should be more like
All right, ghetto Brittany, let's go.
Oh dear.
ghetto Madonna. I like it.
I've not been. When Madonna came out, it was like her and Cyndi Lauper both kind of came out around the same time, and I was Team Cyndi Lauper, and Madonna just eclipsed her. Like it was a competition, and Madonna won.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess on the airwaves and stuff like that. But you know, I'm not saying Madonna's not talented, but I thought Cyndi Lauper could write better songs.
She
than
could write
Madonna.
better. Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to get into this,
Mhm.
Madonna was a
catalog's
better
better.
singer than Cyndi Lauper, but Cyndi
She's a
could
better
write better.
performer, perhaps. I think she could perform.
No, she's a better singer. Get out of here.
Okay.
That's
You think she
ridiculous.
sings better than Cyndi Lauper?
Madonna, yeah, she did back in the day. Sure, she did.
Okay.
I had a friend that was like a Madonna freak, like everything Madonna. He had everything Madonna, and I mean, I was like, okay, her performance at Dick Tracy was underrated. I'll take Duchess over all of them. Look at Bob
Oh,
over
you're
here.
very kind.
Bob wants to give you a
You're
motorcycle hug.
so full of shit. You're very sweet. But no.
Hold on, I got to write that down. Motorcycle hug. Okay.
Bud Vogler says Madonna moves around like her anus is prolapsed from too much black
Yeah.
black snake anal. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't read all of that when I started reading it. I was like, oh.
You got in the middle of that and didn't know what to do, did you?
I had to keep going. I was like, oh shit.
All right, bring that up and read that again, please.
Oh. Madonna moves around like her anus is prolapsed from too much black snake anal.
All right, Mike, 44, 14.
Shut up.
You have to get that isolated. Thank you, Duchess. I appreciate that. Well, anyhow, I just, like I said, I saw like Iggy Pop and I was like, dude, oh my God, that doesn't look good. Put a shirt on.
Yeah, that
And
was
then
rough.
I saw like Cyndi Lauper in her space suit diaper. And then, you know, Shania Twain. And listen, Shania Twain, I think, still got it. I mean, none of them are J-Lo.
She's like 59, so she could still get away with it a bit.
and we were talking earlier, like if you compare that to like Tanya Tucker, if you're gonna go country,
Or
she's rode hard, put away wet. She's a mess. Or Dolly Parton, who's almost 80, who from a distance looks fabulous. But the problem is she's had so much work done.
or
Like
choppers.
her teeth, she
Got a
lisps.
bad set.
Yeah, she's all like it's her song. She can't sing, and that
She
bums
sounds
me
like-
out because I love Dolly Parton. 'Cause I
She
think
sounds
she's-
like a Southern Nancy Pelosi with those clacking choppers of
yeah,
hers.
it's not good for her. But she's so teeny. Like when you see her on interviews, she's tiny. She's
Oh, yeah.
tiny. She still wears the heels. She still wears the clothes. She's got the boobs up. She looks. If I look like that at 79, I don't think I'm mad.
Well, there's a lot of
Whatever.
listen, there's a lot of construction. I mean, those boobs aren't staying up by
Absolutely.
themselves. I'm sure that's
Well,
going.
Those suckers yeah. There's a lot of gravity. There's a lot of things holding up, defying gravity in that bra. Yeah,
Exactly.
And she's actually, yeah. Bob says she's putting together a Broadway musical. I think that's great. Good for
Dolly
her.
is?
Yep.
No, it's good.
Yep. There are people.
Don't get
She's
me wrong.
accepting.
I think Dolly
auditions.
Parton's very talented. Probably one of the best female songwriters. I mean, she's
amazing. Yeah.
and she wrote Jolene. She wrote that hit that I'm trying to think. There's a couple
I
people.
Will Always Love You.
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
Was an amazing song.
And Whitney Houston destroyed her version of it. Like, because Dolly Parton sang it very sweet, but Whitney sang it like with some soul, and it was
a different version. But I still like Dolly Parton's version of it.
I do. I'm not mad at it, but I love Whitney's version better.
What are we on? Shitty Song of the Week? Hold on. Let's get out of here with this. All right. We've messed around enough. Got to get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Donald Trump,
of course,
is out now being the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows where Joe Biden is. No one knows. He just shows up sometimes and gives a bunch of money to somewhere else.
Oh my God, he's been throwing money in a fucking hole. Stop giving our money away.
It's like
he should
went
be
to
limited.
Africa.
Once the election's done, they should stop how much money people can give.
Listen,
fucking
I
ridiculous.
took civics class. Okay.
Mhm.
What I remember, the House of Representatives has the purse strings. It's not like the president can go, you get $1 billion and you get $1 billion. And
Like
you get $1
Oprah.
billion."
You get $1 billion.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what does Biden goes over to Africa, goes over to Angola,
Mm-hmm.
and listen to this. He says to the people over in Angola, give $1 billion to the people here so they can get out of squalor. And okay, all right, fine. The problem is
Is that where he fell asleep during the conference? Like
Yeah,
he just
the
like just leaned
conference.
up and just
fell
zones
asleep.
out. Yeah.
Right.
That's a good look.
I would have loved to see him, his arm move and then his head hit the floor and then fall out of the chair.
We've all been there, by the way.
Where's Joy? I need a diaper change.
Oh.
So then, so now we've got people in Western North Carolina. A 9-month-old baby yesterday died
No.
because it froze to death because it's living in a tent. We're giving Africa $1 billion so they can for infrastructure and all this stuff. Meanwhile, we can't give anybody in Western North Carolina any money.
No infrastructure for North Carolina, but that's cool. Who's worried
Okay.
about that?
Then Syria falls. Who gives a fuck? It's just a bunch of Muslims over there killing each other. You know what I say?
They'll just get another one.
Give
Just
them a
get
bunch
another
of
leader.
guns and just let them kill each other.
That's
As
what
long as they
they're
don't
doing.
come across the border, just let them all have it out. Who cares? He gives them $1 billion to repair their. It's like again the Muslims. Yes, the Muslims. He gives them $1 million, or not $1 million, $1 billion. Just $1 billion.
He's been
That's
giving-
1,000 millions.
Yeah.
That's 1,000 millions. is
Why
$1
are we
billion.
giving away all this money?
Okay.
Why is he allowed to give away all this money?
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone answer?
So Trump is out there now being president. He went over to France
Mm-hmm.
to the
Notre Dame.
reopening of Notre Dame that caught on fire. So he's over there and he's giving handshakes and he looks like a president. And people were talking to him again like a president. No one gives a shit about Joe Biden.
Did you see Jill Biden talking to him?
Yeah.
Ooh, she was all like, "Hi, Donald." Like it was all very like.
And then they put that in AI. And then
I've
they
seen
did
a
two
few of
versions
them.
of it. One is where they started fighting, and the other one was where they
great.
started making out. I was like,
Yeah.
"Woo."
She'll be happy for some action. So
I'm sure.
she's busy
Well, I'm
feeding
sure
ice
she's
cream to
getting.
the ding dongs over there.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm sure she's going to be getting some action soon. She's probably getting action already. Nobody knows. Joe runs around in a diaper. I bet you he's not even alive. They got a new Joe Biden. He's taller.
Oh, that's right. You maintain this.
Daddy Longlegs Joe Biden is Adam Curry from No Agenda show likes to call him.
It's the actor.
Mm-hmm.
As some
But,
other podcaster said, they're all actors.
Yeah, I guess.
I was like, okay.
So then he was on ABC with Kristen Welker, and she's the one that's got the big eyes, and she's always trying to get, the Republicans.
Trying
Like
to get
she's,
'em. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dean Roos says, we can give you a $750 loan, Western North Carolina. There you go. All this money to Africa, not 1 cent for Bob to buy a house. There you go. Right, Bob. You know what you get, Bob? Dick and bubble
You
gum.
get nothing.
And they're all out of bubble
Nothing.
gum. That's right. That's what you get. So Trump is on with Kristen Welker. And I'll tell you one thing. Trump is getting, after all these interviews and after, this campaign and how he won, and now he is getting really, really good. Like, I think J.D. Vance has been giving him lessons. Listen to what goes on here, because, of course, the media is like, we need you to it's 2024, bitches. He just won an election where he won all the swing states. He got 300 and some. He won the popular vote. What the fuck do you need from this man? Oh, I need you to do. Can you say that you lost the 2020 election? Listen to this.
Fuck you.
The press, I can't say treated her unfairly. You know why? Because she's very popular.
Okay, so he's talking about how the press was treating Kamala.
You would think if the press was unfair, like to me, the press was obviously unfair to me. The press, no president has ever gotten treated by the press like I was. And yet I got more votes than any Republican candidate in history, by far. It's not even close. So you say, what's that all about? The press has to straighten itself out because, honestly, it's lost all credibility. When that can happen, based on the press, I should have gotten no votes, none. And yet I got the highest number ever. And the reason is because I'm able to go on a show, even like yours, even though you're very hostile, I'm able to go on a show like yours. No, you are.
Well, hopefully you thought it was a fair interview. We covered a lot of policy ground.
It's fair only in that you allowed me to say what I say. But, the answers, the questions are, pretty nasty. But look.
Yeah, it's just pretty nasty. Like, in other words, you didn't softball me.
He's not wrong.
Like, take his interviews and then what, so she says. So he's getting to a really good point here, which I played these backwards. I wanted to play this 1 second, so I apologize. But he's going to start talking about the media, and especially Kristen Welker, because to be honest with you, she could be an amazing journalist if she just played it straight on both sides.
Because I've seen you interview other people like Biden, and
I've never interviewed President Biden.
When I say you, I'm talking metaphorically. I've seen George Stephanopoulos.
Good save, Donald. Good save.
Because you suck, yeah.
And he's a tough interviewer. It's the softest interview. I've seen CNN interview him. They give these soft, what's your favorite ice cream? It's a whole different deal. I don't understand why. You would think the press would like to see strong borders, great education, a powerful military, so we have a country left, and all these different things. And somehow they don't want to see that.
So this is the one that I was talking about, where he is talking about. I just lost my train of thought. Damn it! This is the one.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. Oh, where she's trying to get him to answer the question about the 2020 election. I think this.
Sir, I don't have to tell you this because you've talked about it. It comes at a time when the country is deeply divided. And now you're going to be leading this country for the next 4 years.
Again.
For the sake of unifying this country, will you concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter?
No. No, why would I do that? But let me just tell you, when you say the country is deeply divided, I'm not the president. Joe Biden's the president.
But you're going to be the president.
No. I'm not the president. So when you say it's deeply divided, I agree. But Biden's the president, I'm not. And he has been a divider. And you know where he divided it more than anything else, and it probably backfired on him, I think definitely, is weaponization. When he weaponized the Justice Department and he went after his political opponent, me. He went after his political opponent violently because he knew he couldn't beat him. And I think it really was a bad thing, and it really divided our country.
Sir, Democrats have control of the White House now. They didn't in 2020. If they are going around stealing elections, why
when you
didn't
say
they do it
Democrats
this
have
time?
control now?
Of the White House.
Yeah.
So why didn't they steal this election? Since they have more power now.
Because I think it was too big to rig.
So you won't...
She's silent.
Too big to rig.
To the people who say that you're now directing your Justice Department to investigate 2020, and they want to move on.
Very capable. I think Pam is going to be great.
Precious resources.
By the way,
is that what you want them to do?
Just so you know, I have the right to do that, but I'm not interested in that.
Oh, you're not. You're not going to do that.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
I have the absolute right. I'm the chief law enforcement officer. You do know that. I'm the president. But I'm not interested in that. You know what I'm interested in? Drilling and getting prices down and stopping people from pouring into our border that come from prisons and mental institutions.
I mean, that's a perfect answer.
That's the sound job right there.
Oops.
Like,
sorry.
there you go. Woo.
Whoopsie daisy.
It's not wrong. We have millions and millions of people in this country that should not be here.
But I'll tell you what, there's two things I noticed in this interview that I think disarmed her. The first thing was there was not a desk between them. And she had to sit there openly in front of him, face to face, not that far away. And he was leaning forward, like almost, I'm going to say aggressively.
Assertive. He's assertive.
There's
He's an
a great
assertive
word.
person. That's his personality. That's his personality. He's not
Exactly.
a bullshitter. He's front and center. And that's how you read him. That's how you read. He's straight. Like, I don't think as much as he can be distasteful with some of his statements, you can read him. He's straight up.
Yeah. So
like, there's what he says is, I think, exactly how he feels. I don't think he bullshits.
When she interviews other people, there's a desk between them. Like she feels like there's, it's like a safe, like she's a safe distance away, or they are coming in via, internet or something like that.
Right.
She was so turned by Trump. She was ready to squirt. Jesus Christ, Budbugger.
So gross.
Budbugger's all juiced up. What the hell happened? We started talking about.
He's a big fan of Kristen. What can you say?
Yeah, we got the whole chat all juiced up, man. We're ready to blow.
We're very good at what we do.
Yes, we are. But it's going to, listen, January 20th cannot get here fast enough, to be quite honest with you.
I know.
I'm nervous. All right. So I didn't bring this up. I didn't have time. I'm going to throw a curveball.
Budbugger says the Cuddlebug story fired us all up.
I'm telling you, that's what it was. See, it's the Cuddlebug story. All right. So our governor of the state of New Jersey was questioned today.
Idiot Phil Murphy, for anybody who doesn't know.
The drones. And nobody seems to know what's going on with these drones.
They don't. It's ridiculous.
All right. So where's your stance now?
Okay. I'm not delighted. So the past couple of days, all I can see on Facebook and the local groups is there's drones that people are checking in. Drones here, drones there, drones here, drones there. So I'm not sure what is going on and I wouldn't be surprised if people owned drones and are just sending them up just to fuck with other people, because that's what we do.
You realize they're the size of an SUV, right? They're like the size of a car.
I understand that, but there's still people who put their drones up, and then
Not the size. No one has a drone the size of a car.
I understand that, but I think people are still fucking with their neighbors. But yes, I don't know what is happening with the drone situation. It's ridiculous.
All right, so I've seen the same Facebook videos that you have, and this one person had his drone. He had a drone. And he saw the drone. He says, you know what? I'm going to send my drone up to video this drone. It started going up. Mm-hmm. It got maybe 150 feet in the air. And all of a sudden, it was fully charged. All of a sudden,
it died,
crapped out and crashed. And when he went and found it, because he went and found it, right, that all the video was gone. Like like kind of erased it.
They fried it.
Well, so I don't know. I'm thinking it can be one of three things.
Right.
Either they are aliens, another life form that are kind of just buzzing around, so we're getting used to them, so they can land and get out and, give us a nanu.
Okay.
Live long and prosper.
Mm-hmm.
Phone home. Or these are military drones they are using to test. But why so many? And why all over New Jersey? That doesn't make it. And not only New Jersey, they're over Arizona. They're all over the place. Like
there's a ton in New Jersey, though. Like there's a massive amount all
I get
over
that.
in New Jersey. So I feel like if it's the military, and I'm pretty sure it is, at this point they're like, it's just balls out. Like, just go. Like, release them all and see what happens.
Yeah, why don't we have like jets going out there to take a look at them and video? Why aren't that?
Because it's us. Because it's us.
You think it's us?
It's our guys doing it. Because why would we send jets out to investigate our own drones?
Have you called Uncle Buzz to see if he knows anything?
No, I have not called Buzz Aldrin. He's not my uncle. Although I will say it was still very cool to meet him. So,
okay.
Even though you don't believe him, but
no, I don't.
Of course you don't.
We've never there's never been anything that went through the radiation belt and come back alive.
All right.
Except in 1967, when they sent somebody out there in a tinfoil thing, and then they came back and they were fine. There's no way. There's no way that we went to the moon. I don't care what anybody says. We might have shot shit up there and put it on the moon, but there's no way people went to the moon. Just telling you, that's all.
So what movie theater did we use their soundstage?
Well, you don't think that they can find it? You don't think they have a movie theater or soundstage that they could use to do this? Of course they did.
Okay.
This is 1967.
Oh my
Or
God.
69.
Okay.
Oh, 69 to 72, I think it was, that they did this. Sorry, I don't get it.
Okay.
All right. Moving along.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Changing the subject.
Here we go.
The jury has reached a unanimous verdict in the case of Daniel Penny. He's been found not guilty on the charge of criminally negligent homicide. Now, remember what was at stake here. The jury could not agree on manslaughter. They failed to agree twice. The judge gave them another bite at the apple on this lesser charge, negligent. They now say not guilty.
All right.
First of all, I love Harris Faulkner.
I do too. She's one of the good ones.
She's
Just
good
saying.
one. What? Reporters?
Black people.
Oh my God.
She's one of the good
black people.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'll tell you what, because we're going to get into this, and there's a lot of them that I'll tell you what, I've never wanted to use the N-word on some of these people as much as I've wanted to use them on these next couple slides that I'm going to show you right now, because I'm not going to.
Thank you.
Just saying,
Okay.
I want to.
I know.
Because I really believe they deserve it. Because here's the thing. Daniel Penny they were trying him because he was white. That's all. Because
I think if it was the circumstances were changed.
if he was a black
person
that did this, there would have been nothing. All right. If this was a black person choking a white person, nothing. If this was a white person choking a white person, nothing. They wouldn't have done anything. And there's proof is in the pudding, because there's been plenty of people that killed people in New York City, and they have not been prosecuted. There's plenty of them.
New York City has not been doing well by their citizens.
No, they have not. Okay. So now Black Lives Matter, like they haven't built the country out of enough money. They reared their ugly head again because white man killed a black man, because that's all this is over. And that piece of shit, Alvin Bragg.
It's become a race issue.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Right. So they've broken so many laws. Like there is no justice in New York City. They just do whatever the fuck they want. And if that doesn't work out, they don't give a shit about the rules or the laws. They just do whatever they want. All right. They first of all, even in the judge's notes to the jury, they said, if you don't find them guilty here, then you can't find them guilty for the second charge. Then they threw out the first charge. Like that's even like you shouldn't even be able to do that. Like no one does that. This is the first time that's been done.
It felt kind of dirty the way that they set that up. I was like,
okay, so then they do that, and then they send them back in, and then within an hour or two, they come back and they're not guilty. And Black Lives Matter is very upset. Here we go.
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
That's right.
You want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud?
No, that's not what
Well,
it
first
was.
of all,
it wasn't because he was loud. It's because he was threatening. He was there were people terrified for their children, for their own lives. That's what this was, and nobody stepped up. And unfortunately, for Penny, he stood up as a military guy. He stood up and put this young man in a chokehold. Now, everybody can Monday morning quarterback this. It was sad. Nobody should die. No, he shouldn't have died. He was loaded full of drugs. It was a bad situation. There was no good result to the end of this. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But he was also failed by the system for 24 times where he was let out. It was just awful. This whole situation.
If we choke black people because they were loud, there'd be dead bodies all over the place.
Oh my God.
In movie theaters? At Walmart? I mean, this is ridiculous.
It's not because they're loud. Yeah.
When they attempt to oppress us.
Right.
I'm tired.
I'm tired
Why
too.
does she keep repeating?
I'm tired. I'm tired too. Yes, Daniel Penny just gave him a motorcycle hug. He's absolutely 100% right. Here we got some more Black Lives Matter bullshit. This lady, another one I'd love to call the N-word.
People who keep asking, are we going to riot? Are we going to protest? Is that what's needed? Do glass have to break? Do cars have to burn for a black man to get justice in America?
He did get justice. The justice should have came when everybody realized that this man needed help because he's been arrested. What about the 67-year-old woman he punched in the face and broke her nose and broke her orbital socket? Or the other gentleman that was in his 70s that he also punched? This guy has been arrested. He showed up there
like 24 times
and said that somebody's going to die today. Well, he was right. He just didn't realize it was going to be him. The guy, Daniel Perry, all he did was give him a motorcycle hug, and it lasted a little too long or whatever. They can't even say that the chokehold. It was
an extended hug for sure.
They can't even say the restrainment hold that he put on him was what killed him. They don't even know if they can't even prove
there
that.
was two arguments on that side. Of course, the prosecutor said yes, and the defense said no, because it was this, but he was also loaded with all these drugs in his system. Plus he had sickle cell and other issues.
Right.
So,
well, there was plenty of times where he was thrown in the sickle cell, but then they let him out.
Well, he should have not. The problem is not addressing people who have mental health issues, not addressing people who commit crimes. You can't just let them back out. And this is what happens. And here's the thing. It's something else is going to happen. And it's unfortunate because if you're in the subway, you're kind of trapped in the subway. This is why I don't take the subways when I visit New York. I will pay any amount of money to take a cab or an Uber. There's no way you're getting me down in the subway. Because you're trapped. You're trapped with people who are crazy. There are some people that are just fucking crazy. And this poor guy was fucking crazy. He's crazy.
Down in the subway, they should make it where at the edge of the platform, a thing should come up, like a shield where they can't push people onto the tracks.
Well, that's terrifying to begin with. What does that cost?
Well, it doesn't matter because, again, you don't need people pushing. Or, what you could do is have like a safe zone where you have it up in one area so people could sit there and wait, and then they can't get pushed on tracks. And then
they don't even have benches. because of homeless people.
Right. So then when the train comes in, the thing comes down, and then you can go. It's like anything else. There's got to be some kind of railing there. It's really against
it's so scary
any kind of
there.
OSHA building permit kind of thing. Because if there's any kind of fall that's even further than 4 feet, there has to be protection for it. It's not on subways. They've never been able to do it because back in the day, motherfuckers didn't push people off the fucking platform.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I went to Texas, I was in San Antonio, and we did the river walk. And when you walked along the river, and on either side were shops and this and that, and they had little boats that went through. And there was no fence or anything to stop you. If you leaned over, you'd have tipped in. Like if somebody could have pushed you in very easily. But in Texas, they might have shot you before you tried to do that to somebody. But my point being is, where's the line? Like, do you keep just building things so somebody doesn't break the rules? Or like, where do you address that?
The line was, you used to have police down there.
Well,
and patrolling things, and then they would also arrest people for this bullshit. And once they got arrested, they stayed the fuck in jail. And what that was a deterrent, so people wouldn't do this bullshit anymore. And when people, again, the guy Jordan Neely, who's the one that died, he was failed by the New York City
his
police.
Family failed him, and then everybody failed him.
Speaking of his family. So this piece of shit father of his left him out there homeless, out on the street, didn't give a shit about him. Now all of a sudden he's dead and he sees a payday. Listen to this fucking, this made me want to bomb him.
It's going to sue the city.
I just want to say, I miss my son.
I miss my son, but since I'm going
to left him when he was 2 or whatever.
Since I'm going to get him $1 million, Brazilian dollars, it might help the pain that I miss my son.
My son didn't have to go through this.
I bet you this motherfucker couldn't.
You should have been there and helped him, is what you should have done.
He couldn't pick his son out in a fucking lineup with 5 white people. He couldn't pick his son out.
I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts.
Does it?
Really, really hurts. What are we going to do, people? What's going to happen to us now?
No, if you don't break the law,
what does that even mean?
Yeah, if you don't break the law, nothing's going to happen to you. That's the thing.
Look, it's a fucking sad situation. Nobody should have died. Nobody should have been put in that position. I'm pretty sure if Daniel Penny looked back and said, well, do I restrain this guy or do I just say fuck it? I'm sure looking back, he'd have said, no, fuck it. I don't want to deal with it. But the problem is, like, he was threatening. Nobody helped this young man for years. For years. He had 2 dozen plus arrests. They would let him back out. He was just floating around in the system because nobody wanted to deal with him. And this is what happens when you have mentally ill people on the streets, because there is no place for them. Because we have now set up society where it's you either go to jail or we just let you back out. And
the other thing is, this is racism at its finest. Yeah. All right. For the simple fact that if it happens, if it's a white guy, if it's a black guy that kills a black guy, no one gives a shit. If it's a white person that kills a white person, no one gives a shit. If it's a white person that kills a black person, then all of a sudden it's this systemic racism. And, we have to go through all this, and they're oppressed and 400 years of slavery and all this other anti-racism shit. Well,
like he just I think this Penny saw somebody threatening and stopped it. I don't think he went, he's a black guy, I can't wait to kill him. Like, I don't think that went through his head.
Did not want to kill him.
Yeah. And I'm sure, and like I said before, you can Monday morning quarterback this all day forever. I'm pretty sure that Penny would not have wanted that young man to die.
So now they're complaining about 2 things. They're complaining. One is that now that this is over, now they're saying that vigilantes feel like they're emboldened to go do this again. I would not do this again. But the other thing is that now they're afraid that, why would you do this? Why would you do it? Now, this is before this trial took place. And Michael Clark Duncan, who's on MSNBC, was on there. And this is when he had a wig on. And this is where he was talking about this case, again, in a very racist way.
That Daniel Penny has not, at least as of now, volunteered to be the right's next George Zimmerman or Kyle Rittenhouse, two vigilante heroes of the right who are beloved and famous among Republicans solely for killing people who they believe need killing.
Wow. Holy shit. That's a terrible thing to say.
No one said that.
He just went down there and said, who am I going to kill today? No. I don't
You know who
think
I
so.
need to kill today? I need to kill
black people.
No one said.
I need to find a crackhead.
Right.
Who's threatening people. Yeah. Okay.
And getting acquitted for it at trial.
How does she get to say that?
Conservative must be heavily armed and empowered to kill at will with your handgun, your AR-15, or even with your bare hands. Anyone who makes you feel threatened or uncomfortable anywhere, anytime, at your front door, in your driveway, driving by a Black Lives Matter rally, on the terrifying, scary Black man-filled New York subway.
You know something?
Does she ride the fucking subway?
Hang on.
I'd love to see her on the subway.
Can I pray? Dear Lord, please allow Joy Reid to be where she has to go down in the subway and ride a subway train. And at some point, please, Lord, bring one of these homeless Black people that are hungry, that need a meal, onto her train. Let them threaten her. Let them terrorize her. Let them, I'm not going to say attack, but make her believe that she is going to be attacked. And then as she's crying out for people to help, men who can actually defend a woman, men that can stand up to a threat like this, and they all sit on their hands and do nothing. So she can be, and if there is a hell, and I hope there is, that's what I hope for Michael Clark Duncan, that she goes to hell and she has to ride a subway, and every stop, one crazy motherfucker gets on after the other and just runs up and down and terrorizes her, if there's a God. All right.
That was a very angry rant for her to.
Amen. Okay. Amen. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
Peace be with you. No, that was like a horrifying rant of what she said.
Yeah.
Like her like just to go on and say such incorrect information. Like this guy went out looking to kill somebody. Like that, essentially, she accused him of just being a racist man who wants to kill Black people. That's what she said. That's how could you say that? How can she say that with no repercussions?
Because she's a race baiting piece of fucking human garbage.
Awful.
That's why.
Awful. Why would you say that? Look, this guy doesn't want to go down in history like that. I'm pretty sure if he looked back and said, "I don't want to do that," he thought he was doing the right thing. He's protecting people because people were terrified. People testified they were terrified of him. And he stopped him from going after people. And unfortunately, the whole didn't, he died.
Yep. That's what happened. Now, listen, I don't normally say this. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever said it. Let me think. Nope, never said this. There was a kerfuffle on The View today. And I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I believe Whoopi was right.
Does this to keep you all in a panic. He does it to make you all do this and talk about him, and it's so terrible. But we have to do from now until January 21st is be with our families, be with our kids, do our jobs, make sure our checks don't bounce, make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and our families. Whatever he's going to do, he's going to do, but do take our word for it. Things seem to move slowly because, they didn't come get Hillary. But he has other people who are ready to go. But I don't think that they can just go out and do what they want to do.
Okay, so here they go. They all start talking over each other.
Yeah.
All the chickens. And so Whoopi and Anna Navarro get into it.
There's legal ramifications. No, wait, I told you last week I disagree with you when you say that. Because we have the luxury of saying that because we're legal, we are successful, but if you're an illegal...
They're playing the music out now because they know they don't want this fight. They don't
Play over this bitch. Yeah.
Illegal immigrant in this country, you're not going to be not in a panic. If you are a woman working for the Department of Defense, you have a right to be in a panic.
You tell people to stay fraught and like this.
I'm telling people to prepare, Whoopi. I'm telling people to prepare.
They
You know what she should do? Prepare me a fucking sandwich.
are prepared.
So that
and
means
I'm saying
that
to
means
people,
that they can't be relaxing and enjoying
no,
Christmas
it doesn't mean that.
when winter is
no,
coming.
it does. You know what? I'm sorry.
I mean, I disagree.
Winter is here.
Right.
Winter's been with us. And my point is we can lay down and do nothing for the next 15 days and then be freaking out for the next 4 or 2 years.
Point to you is
but
we
my
are
point,
in a privileged position that a lot of people who are...
You know what's wrong with that?
I don't even know what she's yelling about. What is she fussing about?
No, the problem is that we are from a privileged position. I think we are from a privileged position, and they're going to come and get me because
she's Hispanic, not Indian. But okay, what is she yelling about? What is she yelling about? I don't understand what her point is. Is
no
she
one
fussing
does.
about illegal immigrants?
No one understands what goes on there.
Is she illegal?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You're fine.
Yes.
You're fine.
Damn, I wish I didn't talk over that. That would have been a great drop. Just shut the fuck up. Oh, you know what? I have it isolated. Okay, I'll have that.
Oh, no.
Listen, I can't wait for you to go back and watch this because you are definitely noticeably inebriated.
Oh, no.
All right.
I thought I was holding that really well, but
no, not at all. Not at all. All right. You want to bring up the podcast shout outs?
Oh my God. Okay. Yes. I will absolutely do so. I would be oh, shut up. I have conversation. Be quiet. Where is it? Okay. La, 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 la.
314 comments, man. Hey, listen, chat. Thank you so much. No, seriously, before we get into the podcast shout outs, the people that show up for the show, I love the people that show up for the show, and they're in our Discord, and they're a lot of fun. And God damn you, Bob. This segment is sponsored by Boxed Wine. Is it Boxed Wine?
It's not, but
it's not. Okay. How dare you, Bob? Thinking that the Duchess.
I'm high class. Mine comes out of a bottle. Thank you.
That's right. With a cork, not a screw cap. What do you think this is?
This one may have
on strawberry. How dare you?
It's the finest Pinot Grigio around with the screw top.
Anyhow, I know I do. It's been a blast this year being part of the, having you guys come in here. I love doing the live streaming. I think, with all the playing around that I do, I think we finally got a good system here. And you know what? I'm loving the StreamYard.
I like StreamYard. It's much easier.
It seems to be working. It cost me $800 and almost $900 fucking dollars for a year.
No, you're insane. Oh
whatever. Hey, you know something? We talked about this Saturday night. I did an impromptu thing because I set up a podcasting workstation where I can move things in and out.
You did. It was fun.
Right. And we talked about this, and I might throw something up where you can go and there's a Venmo link or something. If you want to throw us, if you feel like this gives you value, you want to throw us $5, $10 or something, that's fine. I'm not asking for it, but if you feel like that would help, that would be great. Ooh, Ken says he's got moonshine in a box. Wow.
Ooh. I tried moonshine when we went to Tennessee last year. It was awful.
Really?
I got ordered it at the restaurant, and it was whatever. It was mixed in a drink, and I took a sip, and I was literally like, I took a swig, and I was like, back in the cup. I was like, oh no, it was so bad. I tried it a couple times, but I couldn't do it.
You get really good moonshine. It's not bad. But the other thing what they do is they make this, it's called apple pie, where they take a cinnamon stick and then they cut it with apple cider. God damn, is that good? Because I have a friend.
I might have to try that then.
I have a friend that used to make shine, and then he would send a couple jars my way, a couple mason jars my way.
It's always the mason jars. Yeah.
You put that over an ice cube and just a little sipping on that. I'm telling you.
I tried. I can't seem to handle like really strong. I couldn't drink the freaking old fashions Deuce made. Oh my God. They were so strong. It was like, even with the ice and the water, I couldn't do it. So that's why you ended up drinking yours plus mine.
Right. And then I look like you right now. Inebriated. All right.
Let's get look inebriated.
Oh, yes, you do. I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you to watch.
I'm not watching this.
Watch it.
I'm sorry,
All right.
Chad.
Here we go.
All right. So, Brand X podcast with
Who are those guys?
with Deuce and John Domingo.
That's right. And the TNA podcast with Jason Roach and Sam Hall. I listened to their show the other day. Those guys, I'm sorry, they do crack me up.
They're so funny. They have one that'll be dropping, I think, in the next day or two.
It's filthy guys. Bob would be great on that show.
Yeah.
Remember, Bob would be great on that show.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shitty song of the week with Red and Teresa.
I hear we are going on there. I hear
sometime in January, I believe.
We are supposed to be going on there. That should be a hoot. I can't wait. I shake my head with Lisa and Sam. They are in the Boomer Bunker fantasy football playoffs. Lisa, this is the last week for it. Now you're in the playoffs. I'm out. My team sucked.
I think I'm in the playoffs. I've lost like 4 in a row.
Oh, you might not be. Oh my God. Imagine that.
But I'm like tied for second with like 3 people. So like, I don't know.
Next year,
I'm
18,
very unhappy.
so we can get more. We need too many teams. Right? It was my mistake. I put too many teams in.
It's fun though. I enjoy all the teams.
I do. But no, we need to be able to get players. I didn't have a tight end I had no tight end this week because they were on buys and hurt and shit, and there's no players.
I hate when my tight end is problematic.
Yeah, you hate it when your tight when your tight end is on the IR list out for 4 weeks.
I love my tight end.
Sure.
I have George Kittle when he's playing.
Oh, that tight end. I'm sorry. You're talking about when you get a motorcycle home or donkey punch, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
All right. What's next?
The Weather Report with Bruce, Jason, and Ken.
And Duchess, she's on every morning. That's her second show.
That's their that's the morning one.
Right.
And then they have one weekly that they do every Sunday.
So if you go on Twitter.
On X Spaces, yeah.
X Spaces. Bruce does the Weathered View every morning, Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, and do your calculations wherever you live. And the Duchess is on there every day.
I try. It's fun. I jump on.
Absolutely. Do a great deal.
They're great guys.
That's your second podcast.
They allow me to come on and yip yap. It's fun.
The Po Boys podcast with that motherfucker Jody B. Now, here's the thing. Jody couldn't believe it. An episode came out. And he interviews Eric Zane's co-host on Who Are These Broadcasts. I could see his face, and now I can't think of his name.
Christian Blatt.
Christian Blatt. Thank you. God damn
You're welcome. I listened.
Okay.
I was not delighted because they kept bringing up Eric, and it's like,
oh, really?
Well, they mentioned him several times.
Did my name ever pop up?
I think you may have. They hinted at you.
So. Hinted? You mean they talk about Eric and I get a hint?
I may have fallen asleep through it because it was long, and I'll have to listen again. So.
Come on, because I don't know when this was recorded because sometimes Jody.
It was a while ago.
So it might not have been when we had
month ago. I think
when I was doing Who Are These Nitwits, and I was supposed to go on Who Are These and then Eric probably put the kibosh on all that shit.
Well, because he can't stand competition, so.
Well, he just can't stand people making fun of him. He can make fun of whoever he wants to, but nobody can make fun of him.
Well, that's different.
That is different.
All right. The Fine Whining Podcast with Mike, Jerry, and Cheese. So I chatted with Jerry. They have not dropped an episode lately. Apparently there are some in the tank, but they are not released yet.
Tank? Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
Shooting the Shiznit with Brian Trammell. I got it. Under the Wire. Brian Trammell.
Good job. They did the 5-minute segment, and Brian invited me on that last week. So it was fun. So when I do it, he sends me a match to look at, and then we talk about it because I don't watch wrestling much. So I was like, well, you can watch older episodes. Like I'm more of an 80s wrestling fan. So, it's
Brian's all over TikTok. I see his TikToks all the time.
He's on TikTok. He's on Twitter. He's YouTube. He's constantly doing it. If you're into wrestling, definitely check him out for sure.
Yep.
The Bromigos podcast
Okay, they always got something to say, those bromigos.
They do.
They always got something to say.
Guess who I might be meeting up with on Friday?
I don't know. Who might you meet? Oh, you might be Matt Mish?
The undercover brother.
The undercover brother.
Mr. Matt Mish.
Where the hell is this happening at?
He lives in South Carolina now.
Right.
He's coming up to Jersey for some things. And I always had said to him, I was like, well, if you ever come back up, let me know. Maybe we'll meet up. So we're going to meet up for dinner.
Oh, look at this. Very
nice. So
Right.
it'll be fun to chat with him. So he's
Okay.
young, and so I'll buy him dinner. 'Cause
How about that?
he's kind of young. It'll look like mom and son having dinner together. So
Or Cougar and Victor?
no, he's so young.
One or the other.
No, I can't do
Cougar and
that.
Victor.
He's too young.
Cougar and Victor.
No, stop.
All right, just checking. Titles for the show. The Am I Canceled podcast with Edward.
We love Edward.
He's got a new place. He's got good internet now. He's doing shows. He's doing guest spots.
He's got a
He's
co-host.
got a new co-host, Raven. I don't know if she's going to be a new co-host.
I like her. I
giggling.
thought she was fun. She made
She
me laugh.
did.
She made me
She
laugh.
did. A lot of giggling. I think they were both stoned when they did that last one. A lot of giggling. Not 100%
Perhaps.
sure.
But I enjoyed the episode. She made me laugh. I was food shopping while I was listening, and I kept giggling out loud. So got some strange looks. Wheelbarrow Full of Dick with Mike, Travis, and Drunk.
Mm-hmm. Always good. He was in here tonight earlier.
Mike is very talented. Like he has some great interviews. He reaches out to a lot of different people for a lot of different subjects. So it's always interesting.
And
to
his
hear.
podcast is very, very well produced. One of the best well produced podcasts, independent podcasts that I've ever heard. To be honest with you, he does a great job with it, and he's been doing it for over 700 episodes. So he's the man knows what he's doing.
Yes, he does.
All right, I had to say it with Aaron. He's back. He is definitely back. It's fun to listen to. You know, it's funny. I listened to a show the other day. Damn it. Hang on one second. Let me find this because it's like this show. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
This show, it would be Aaron if Aaron did lewds. It's really weird. It's kind of the same genre. It's exactly who I thought it would be. It's called The Larry Show. If you want to check out The Larry Show, but he's like really calm and cool and collected and does this podcast, and he would be Aaron if Aaron was like stoned, I think.
Well, Aaron was on the Weather Report last night for Sunday night broadcast, and he's just interesting. So they had a good show last night. So it was fun to listen to. So I'm glad they had Aaron on. So our last show would be the Variety Show, which is currently, I believe, is going on hiatus for a little bit because she got caught up with a lot of family and work issues. I did an interview with her. I'm not sure when that's dropping. So, well, that's okay. She's young and she has, at least she said she's got things going on. She didn't just ghost people like, Cheese and Mike and Jerry. So I would rather at least know they're going on hiatus than just hope somebody's going to drop something.
All right. I get it.
So she wasn't
I
fussing.
understand.
She just said, this is what it is. And I'm okay with that. If that's the way it is, it's what it is.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find my outro music if I can even find it.
Who's playing tonight in football?
Who cares? I think it's
forgot.
Joe Burrow, isn't it? The Bengals.
Ugh, the Bengals. Who fucking cares about
Exactly.
that?
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking suck.
Exactly.
Now I gotta look.
Hold
It's the Bengals and the Cowboys. Oh my God.
My ride's here. All right, we got to get out
Is
of
John
here.
Domingo dead? Let's knock on the door.
What happened? Where's
That's
my
what happens when your daughters can't get in touch with you.
There we go.
Nice. It
All
was
right,
so much
everybody.
fun tonight.
Yeah,
you.
drunk. You should get drunk every night for the show.
I'm so sorry.
Can't wait for you to watch this back.
I don't want to watch it back.
You'll be like, oh no, why did you let me watch
so
this like that?
sorry.
Let you? Couldn't wait. It's like, don't say anything. Keep drinking.
I know. was my third glass. I'm like, oh my God.
All right. Well, let's see if Thursday night a sober Duchess shows up. I say I like
it'll
drunk
be sober. I think it'll be sober.
All our socials and how you can get in touch with us, they are all in the show notes of this podcast.
Yes.
And if you can't figure that out,
boomerbunker.com, folks.
Thank you. Boomerbunker.com. Go over and check us out there. And,
follow all our links. Find the link tree. Like, follow, subscribe. Check us out everywhere. Please share and follow
you know
us.
what? I got to say something. For being inebriated, you did a really, really good job tonight.
Thank you. I'm so glad you approve. I'm going to Discord, so this will be fun.
Oh, this is going to be great. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.